Welcome back to Ant on the Move. As has become a tradition here on the channel, we're going to wrap up the year with our most viewed video of the year. It actually kind of surprised me this year which one it was, and we'll talk about that briefly here in a moment. But let me give you a rundown of what the top 5 videos were for the year. So coming in at number 5 with the 5th most views, and this is just the videos that we put out in 2023, was our June SeaWorld update, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure why that one was so popular, but I guess people were traveling to the park a lot during the summer, so that works good. Then our 4th was One Ocean, which you should check that out if you haven't already. 3rd was the Orlando Auto Museum walkthrough. I have more footage from that museum that I have not done anything with yet, so there may be another video in the future about that. I think I looked at some cars that I thought were interesting, so we might pop up a little bit of that as well. Then coming in second, with the 2nd most views, was our May SeaWorld update. These were popular, so these will be coming back in 2024. Slightly a different name, slightly a different, maybe a little bit broader scope on them, but they will be back in 2024. And our most viewed video, which surprised me because it came out all the way in January. VIP tour at SeaWorld Orlando. That was our most viewed video for the year. We'll be back in 2024 with some new content, but for now, enjoy SeaWorld Orlando's VIP tour video, our most viewed video of 2023. Have you ever wanted behind-the-scenes access to SeaWorld Orlando? Have you ever wanted someone to guide you around and explain to you what's happening at the park, being able to answer all of your questions? Well, SeaWorld has put together a tour just like that called the Ultimate VIP Tour. Welcome back to the Ant on the Move YouTube channel. Today we're looking at SeaWorld's Ultimate VIP Tour. So we want to figure out a couple things. One, is it something that you should do? Is it something that you would be interested in, that your family would enjoy? What are the requirements to do this tour? And 3, what is the cost breakdown? We'll look at that and see what we find here on SeaWorld's website. So let me read what it tells you here about the Ultimate VIP Tour. It says, want to experience it all? Then the Ultimate VIP Tour is perfect for you. This private guided walking tour is the ultimate in immersive family fun. This tour brings together a collection of experiences found nowhere else in Orlando. From fine dining and reserved seats at our most popular shows to front of the line, ride privileges, and unforgettable up-close animal encounters, this tour is the ultimate SeaWorld has to offer. So it's called the SeaWorld Ultimate VIP Tour. So let's go real quick here at what is included. So you get VIP parking, expedited park entry, quick queue unlimited, a photo key per party, meal voucher for 1 meal per guest, dining at Shark's Underwater Grill, meet and greet with sea lions, orcas, penguins, and dolphin. Reserved seats at all 3 signature daytime animal presentations. So that's pretty impressive. That's a very interesting tour. I don't know that they tell us how long this tour is, not that I've seen, but we do get the price tag. The price tag here is $600. Starting at $600. And that is per guest. Now, that's a steep price, and I think they have here, where is that at? I don't know if they, oh yeah, here it is. Here's the question. Does the Ultimate VIP Tour include my theme park ticket? No. So on top of the $600, you also have to pay for admission. But if you are watching very closely, like right now, I'm recording this right after Christmas 2022, there are tons of deals for tickets. You can get a ticket very cheaply. In January, February, March, there will again be deals for very cheap tickets. So you can get a reasonably cheap ticket and then splurge for this $600 tour if you want to. But is it for you? Let's try to answer that question real quick here. So let me read again what you get to experience. So if you're wanting to be able to meet a lot of different animals in one day, so that would be sea lions, orcas, penguins, and a dolphin, that might be a really wise idea, because you could schedule each of these other tours separately. You can do just those animal tours. You could do that separately. But the timing of how that lines up and making sure that you schedule it correctly to be able to get just the right time to meet the animals, it might not work out. You might only get to see 2 of the 4, maybe 3 of the 4, but probably not all of them, just because of the time and having to go do one tour and then run back to the meeting spot to go do the next tour. And so it might not be as enjoyable. This way you have someone who's guiding you through the park, if you're not familiar with the park, to take you where you need to go. So they're not mentioning that, but there is a, well, I guess it is this private guided walking tour. So you do have a person, or possibly persons, depends on how big your group is possibly, that will take you around the park and show you these things. You also get reserved show seating. So you're wanting to go see these animal experiences, but you also want to make sure you get to all 3 of the shows. You have the reserved show seating, so even if you're a few minutes late arriving to the show, there will be seating for you, because there's spots throughout the stadiums that are designed for you and your guest to sit in, and there will still be seats even if you're arriving right when the show starts 5 minutes late. There will be seating for you. So if you're wanting the animal experiences, it's a great deal. If you're wanting just to ride all of the rides, I would just say go buy the quick queue. You don't need this tour. But if you're wanting to learn about how SeaWorld works, see the animals, be able to enjoy the quick queue as well, enjoy dining at Shark's Underwater Grill, as well as getting to see all 3 shows, this might be a really good idea for you and your family. So there's questions here. Do you get to touch any animals? And so, of course, it does tell us here that you will get to touch, you get to meet. We'll just say meet. I'm not going to say touch, because it does say here your tour guide will let you know which animals are available to touch. Included in it is a photo opportunity with the orca, a dolphin, a sea lion, and a penguin. So let's see what else here real quick. So what meals are included? Again, you get to enjoy 2 meals during the experience. Lunch will be provided via a meal voucher, and then you get dinner will be provided at the Shark's Underwater Grill. So if you've ever wanted to do that, a great way to kind of end your evening at Shark's Underwater Grill. Now let's go back here, and I want to point out a fact here so we can select the date for this tour. And you will notice that here at the end, well, let's go ahead and just move on to January. So you'll notice that a lot of dates, especially the dates that are going to be very busy in the park. If you've ever wanted to know which days are busy in the park, go look at something like this. It will show you the busy days, because prices for things will be more expensive. So the tour can be $700 for like January 1st, January 2nd. Moving off into February, the price stays at max like $675 a couple days in February. Moving out to March, the max price we're seeing is $700. So if you're planning to do this, make sure you book in advance so that you can get a day where it's not the $700, unless that happens to be the week the only week you can be there. That you'll have to decide, is this a good idea? But otherwise, try to look for a cheaper date. As we're getting into summer, those ticket prices are definitely staying higher. It's rare to see that $600 mark, but it does not appear to go above $700. So good to know that. Make sure you just check your dates and decide what date for sure you want to go. So we know that the tour itself costs $700, $600 to $700. So is it worth it? Well, I went and tried to run some of the numbers. So what we're going to do is we'll keep the list over here. So here's what is included in the VIP Ultimate Tour. We'll leave that on this side, and we're going to come and look at the different things and see if we can kind of compare what the average price is and get an idea of, is this a good deal? So we're looking first at the tours. So let's see if we can scroll down here. So there again, they're showing us the VIP Ultimate Tour. Right, so we're going to start with the Penguin Encounter here. Now, there are a couple differences with a few of these tours you might notice. So there is the Penguin Encounter, and it's going to be one price, but there's also the Penguins Up Close Tour. Now, the Penguins Up Close Tour, any of these up close tours tend to last a little bit longer, and so I'm assuming that these are more of a meet and greet. That's kind of the wording that they've used here. meet and greet with sea lions and orcas. So I'm assuming this is more the experience that will be included with the tour. Now, I have not done this tour, just a quick disclaimer, should have done this to start with. I have not done this tour. I have not talked to anyone specifically at SeaWorld about how this tour works. This is all based on what I'm reading, what I'm seeing. I did actually ask SeaWorld one question, and that was if all of the animals were included, these meet and greets here. I did ask them about that through Instagram. They got back to me and said yes, and then of course sent me the link again and said, hey, go look at this. I'm like, I already know that. I just wanted a specific question answered, but they were very helpful about that. So if you ever have any questions, one of the fastest ways to get an answer is to go through Instagram. Just make sure you're polite, ask your question clearly, and they'll be great helping you with that. So I'm assuming when we're talking about meet and greets that we're looking at the penguin encounter price. So let's assume it's a penguin encounter, and let's look at the price. So the price for this starts at $35, but again, it can go up just like the VIP tour. So our base price will be $35. But as you notice, we'll go out into January again. Some days it's $39, $49. Actually, none of the days is it based at $35. But the max price appears to be like $69. I don't know if I saw anything higher than that. If I did, oh no, here, out around spring break happening, it's $79 for the penguin tour. So you're looking at between, if you were to go and buy this tour, this this encounter separately, it would cost you between $35 and $79. And so this is just a quick face-to-face. You get to kind of meet them, meet one of the animals. So that's the idea there. So we're looking at between $35 and $79. Next, we're going to assume we're going to have a dolphin encounter. So let's look at that. So the dolphin encounters start at $29 for the cheaper days. Looking out into January, so we see a few of those $29 days, a few days, but they're not offering anything. January 1st was $69. That appears to be the highest, is about $69, but the average is like $39. Again, spring break right there is $69, so maybe don't plan on doing it at spring break. But for the dolphin encounter, if you were just to do that separately, you're looking at between $29 and $69. If we go on, I don't see anything specifically for like a meet and greet with sea lions, so we're just gonna have to base this off of what the up close tour is. Just for, so you have an idea of what the pricing is like. They've recently slashed the price on this. It was starting at $70 and they've moved it down to $45. So cheaper already by quite a bit. Let's see. This seems to be a popular tour. So many days is actually sold out. That is surprising. I would have thought between the penguins and the dolphins, but I think there's limited spots for this tour in comparison to the dolphins and penguins. There's a lot more dolphins. You can move, it's a bigger space, you can move things more quickly. Basing off of prices, we saw our lowest is seems to be about $49, and the highest seems to be about $89. So that's pretty high there, but hey, you get to see a sea lion. It's pretty cool. And then last but not least, of course, it's still, they're saying it's a meet and greet, so I'm not saying that this ticket is the right, just trying to give you an idea of, is this worth it? Is it worth it to, oh, there's no dates available on the killer whale up close tour right now. They've been switching some stuff around with that, but it is still, it says meet and greet with sea lions, orcas, penguins, and dolphins, so we're going to assume the ticket starts at $99. When I had looked about a week ago, the prices were ranging from $99 to $149, so you can just get an idea of how much it would cost to do that. Can we do just a... that's just an add-on. Never mind. Okay, so there's a brief rundown of that. Again, we were saying you also get some other upgrades. Let's see if I can find where to buy these different upgrades here. Oh, parking and rentals. See if we can check this out real quick here. All upgrades. Gotta scroll on down through all of this stuff. all-day dining is, if you want that, is 20% off right now, which is a really good deal. Okay, so VIP parking, that is included in the price. So it starts at $45, but it can run, as you're seeing, for the final week of December, and they're not showing into January, but it can run up to $90 for VIP parking. So that's a very good deal, because there's spots right up at the front of the park. It's like you're gonna walk, you have a very short walk from your parking spot to the main entrance. It'll be a breeze, I promise you. You won't have to walk long. So that we know is between $45 and $99. Let's look at the Quick Queue Unlimited here. There's year-round. Okay, it's Quick Queue Unlimited. Again, this also fluctuates by day. It didn't used to. It used to just be $14.99. As you notice, this last week of December, it is $69.99. And I think the max price I've seen is $79.99. So if you've got a really good day, if you plan on coming like these couple days here in January, the 17th and 18th, when they don't expect it to be busy, you might only pay the $14.99. But if you're going ahead and pre-purchasing it for the day you're planning to visit, you will pay, if you're planning on coming like January 7th, you will pay $79. Let's check a Spring Break. Spring Break, they're actually only running at $69. I'm kind of surprised on that. I'm surprised it's not higher. The average looks to be between about 20, in the 20s to 30s. Yeah, like throughout May, it's 20 to 30. Just on like the weekends, it can be up to 79. So that gives you an idea there. Let's see. We should do reserve seating real fast here. So reserve seating, again, that starts at $14.99, but for say busy days, it can be up to $59, $69. But the average tends to be $14.99, $19.99. But on those weekends, a few other days, it can be a bit higher. But it stays fairly cheap on that. Then, what was the last one I need to do? Photo key. I need to find the photo key. Where is that at? Huh, actually I don't remember seeing that on here. Oh, here it is, farther down. So the photo key starts at a base price of $70. So that's actually not bad if, you know, lots of spots to get photos. So then, adding on a meal voucher, I'm going to say at least $30, it seems like. It might be only somewhere between 20 and 30. We're going to go with 30 just to be on the high side. And the Sharks Dining, I have no clue what the price is. I used to have a menu, but I haven't had one since, I think, 2020, so I'm not sure what the current pricing is, but I'm going to say it's going to be at least a minimum of $50 per person, probably higher than that, honestly, but we're just going to go low side to be on the safe side. So if you happen to go on a day where the tour costs $600 and everything else is at its lowest price, then the tour is worth $487 and about 89 cents, just based on my rough math. And this is not saying this is how much the tour will cost for you. This is just based on a rough estimate of what I looked at and what the lowest prices for a day could be. If you happen to go on a day when the tour is $700, and if everything else was at its highest peak price, then everything, if you were trying to do it individually, would cost $835.98. So it seems like this tour, if this is something you really want to do, if you really want to experience all of the animals, if you want to go behind the scenes, get to talk with someone about SeaWorld, or you have a kid who's really excited about marine life, marine biology, just wants to learn more, this would be a great tour, I think, for them. Great, maybe graduation gift, special birthday gift, or just hey, you did really good in school, let's go do this. So I think that would be an awesome thing to do. Get to meet the sea lions, the killer whales, penguins, or dolphins. That'd be fun. So my opinion is, yes, you should go do this if you're really interested. One other thing I forgot is that this, to do this, it does require 2 people. So to reserve this tour, you have to have a minimum of 2 people. So you're looking at a minimum of $1,200, up to $1,400 plus taxes to do, and admission cost to do this tour. So it seems worth it though, if it's something that a once in a lifetime, you'll get to see all these animals in one day, get to experience everything. It could be fun. If you're coming on a vacation with 10 people, maybe not, maybe not the most cost-effective use of your time, and everyone might not enjoy it, but if you have that one person who's really interested in the animals and SeaWorld, then I think it would be a great deal. So tell me, what do you think? Do you think the SeaWorld Ultimate VIP Tour is a good deal, or just something that you would avoid? Let me know in the comments. And if you are a pass holder, I forget where this is at. Let me see if I can find it real fast here. Pass holders do get 10% off on the VIP tours, so you'd get like, not a whole lot off, but you get a little bit. Every little bit helps. So if you're interested, check it out, and hope you enjoy this video. Check out the rest of the Ant on the Move SeaWorld video collection. We have quite a few videos we've made in the park, about the park, so we hope you enjoy those, and enjoy your next trip to SeaWorld Orlando.